Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing Bitcoin. Today we're going to have FOMC meeting. Is Bitcoin going to go and break to like a new resistance? Going to go to $105,000, or are we going to have another crash, another bottom, and we're going to go down to low below $80,000. Of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. We post a video every single day, and this video is brought to you by our partner BLOFIN, the best non-KYC exchange. We have a December promotion right now. 20 people left only to get up to $1,000 in futures bonus. You put down $7,000, you're gonna get $1,000. You put down $1,000 in bonus, you're gonna get $200. And if you want to qualify, what you're gonna do, open a BLOFIN account with my link in the description. Then you're gonna put money into your account, wait for 3 days, try to trade up to $50,000 in volume, and then you're gonna get this huge bonus, for example, $1,000 to do whatever you want. Highly recommended, guys. So Bitcoin, we had a nice pump. We went from roughly $90, $88, $89,000. We've been fluctuating, but right now we had a pump up to $94,000. And today we had to be very careful because we're gonna have the FOMC meeting where it's going to decide, basically the Fed is gonna decide, where we could be going. Are we going to have a 25 basis point cuts? Is the Fed going to keep interest rates on hold? And it's going to have a huge implication on the price of Bitcoin. But guys, despite all of this, right, despite the market being fluctuating, going up and down, with my amazing Discord group, guys, despite all of this volatility, we have been making insane results. And I'm not showing you this, guys. I'm not showing you now these results for the last 3 days just to brag about the whole situation. I just want to show you what you could be getting. With my amazing community, you got 7 professional traders. 7, sorry, no more. Almost 9 professional traders now, making trading calls, telling you basically, I'm buying here, I'm selling here. That basically they're not missing any calls. We have crypto trading ideas, levels of basically potential short, potential long, 85-90% accuracy. Crypto daily updates every single day on Bitcoin, Solana, altcoins. We do these 2 altcoins every single day. We have a spot trading session if you are any investors. We have altcoins long term. We have crypto weekly updates. Guys, we are charging peanuts for this service here. Of course, the results talk for themselves. We also have an education section. But just to give you an example, why we are one of the best, guys. We don't only provide you with trading signals, we provide you with education, we provide you with guidance. This is the hub if you want to be in crypto and if you want to survive this bear market. So what I'm going to tell you guys right now, guys, hurry up and join our VIP group. There is a link in the description with the trader, all of our trading results. Everything is documented as always. Come on board, guys, because you're not going to regret it. But right now, the situation is the following. Bitcoin is basically trying to go and reclaim this area. So we have an important level of diagonal resistance sitting right now at $97,700. As you can see, everybody's now talking about the fact that we are in a bear market. Bitcoin is mimicking what happened in 2022. But the question I want to ask the perma bears, doom callers, I don't know how you want to call it. It's first of all, so if we are basically mimicking what happened in 2022, from here. Bitcoin took around 68 days to find a local bottom. And basically we went down below the 200 on the 3-day chart. We went below the, the 200 moving average. But if you actually go and have a look from here on Bitcoin, right, it took only 42 days to go from the top to the bottom. So when people are telling me right now that these cycles are looking completely similar, it's true. Don't get me wrong, they might be totally right, but at the same time, the time frame doesn't really match the one in 2022. So the question is, what is the reality? So to me, unlike many people on Twitter, right now everybody is basically convinced now that they have the absolute truth. This one is a bear market. It's over. They have to show you every single day that this is a bear market. Things are gonna get ugly and all of that. I like to come here and to basically reassure you a little bit more. That first of all, even if it's a bear market, it's not gonna be a big deal, and you can still make money. Like for example, we do in our Discord. And second of all, guys, a bear market is not the end of the world. It depends what kind of bear market they're talking about. If they're talking about a bear market due to a systemic problem, then it's going to be something else. But right now, looks more like a we can say like a technical bear market where they want to suppress prices, they want to buy cheaper, and then they're going to pump it again. I'm very sorry, guys, for my voice today. You can see the last 3 days I'm being very unwell, but I'll try to do, my best. So right now, what is the point of the situation? So what I'm basically analyzing right now is that, first of all, there is an important level of support coming from this area, which is now sitting around $75,000 to $76,000. So the people are asking me right now, is the bottom in? So to me, the way I'm basically analyzing the whole situation is somebody asked me, what do you think happens with FOMC today? Is Jerome Powell going to cut interest rates? How the market is going to react to an interest rate cut? My answer is going to be, first of all, number one, I don't care. And second of all, I don't know. But what I can actually assure you is the following. So from here, we have an important level of diagonal resistance, okay? So once you're going to be able to go and break and close a candle probably above $98,000, $99,000, that's going to be very, very good, and we could be able to go to 102 to 103. Now, the area which you have to pay attention right now, okay, that's is going to basically shake all this bear market doomsday theory, is going to be Bitcoin to be able to go and reclaim an area about 114,000 to 115,000. If you're going to be able to do so, if you're going to be able to go and reclaim this area around 114,000 to 115,000, then I think there is a very high chance that we could be going to a new all-time high. So why am I saying also why we should be going to like the new all-time high? I'm going to show you something quite interesting here. And I'm going to go and select the liquidation heat map. People are telling me right now that the almighty bear market. But at the same time, if I'm going to go here, okay, and I'm going to show you what's happening right now. This, guys, is the liquidation heat map of Bitcoin. Okay, so although you can see there are many like liquidation, like going from until like 67,000, 68,000. Also, you have an equivalent amount of liquidation, which comes up to 148 to 147,000. So I'm thinking, are market makers gonna be that dumb that are gonna let so many people who've been shorting from this point get away with it? They're gonna become rich, or are they gonna go and take all this liquidity away? Guys, there is no right or wrong answer. Okay, anything could be happening, but is making me doubtful right now that why are all these liquidations sitting at that level. So if I had to draw a guess right now, like if I had to basically guess what could be the next events, my theory is still with the idea that Bitcoin is not following 2021-22, but either is following this fractal here in 2024 or is following what happened in March as well. So if I'm right, if this is going to repeat, right, you can see exactly, looks more probably to me, what happened in March is that BTC will try to do an attempt to probably go and break this area, go up to 98,000, 99,000, then have a drop, okay, down to here, make everybody scared, this is the end, bear market, Bitcoin is going to go to 40K, and then it's going to have a huge push to the upside. Very strong push to the upside. And what is going to be very important, as I already mentioned, is that once we're going to get this push to the upside and we're going to go basically in trying to surpass, again, this level at 110,000 to 115,000, we need to understand if this is going to be our last rally. We can even call it complacency rally, and then we're going to go down, okay, or this is going to continue higher, okay? So, again, to me, the idea that I can see all the liquidation heat maps sitting around here. So why are they still, what are they doing there? There's much here and also much here. Is telling me that it's possible that Bitcoin could be still trying one more attempt to go here and then basically trap everybody at the top and then basically roll over because it looks a little bit tired. But also we have an important level here at 115, 110 where I'll be discussing with my VIP group what to do, how we're going to rebalance our portfolio is going to be super important. Now, what could be the catalyst, like, something which could help us to go and basically go higher in the next few months. Number one is going to be the Bank of Japan. So you can see everybody now is talking about the Bank of Japan. So yeah, we should have subscribed to this newspaper, but basically I'll tell you, the Bank of Japan wants to increase interest rates. So on December the 18th, okay, he's probably going to go and raise interest rates. Now, because everybody knows it is quite likely they're going to do so, the question is the news already being priced in? And what it means that if the news has already been priced in, right, we shouldn't see too much of a shakeout, okay? Remember, guys, this is crypto. Market makers can do whatever they want, but to me, knowing that the Fed likely going to cut interest rates, and also knowing that the Bank of Japan is going to hike interest rates and everybody is basically believing in that, then are we really going to see another dump, like another bad dump? Is something that we have to, of course, pay attention. Then another reason why I could believe, of maybe another shakeout, is the fact that although you can see a little bit of a volume, green volume coming here, for Bitcoin, you can see that this pump has been performed with a declining volume from here, meaning there is no strength right now. There is no strength. And if you can see from here, guys, in 2024, okay, you can see from this point here, you can see the diminishing volume, okay, from this area here, with then a pickup in volume, okay. Even here, you can see the diminishing volume here, and then this big candle which came. Right now, we saw a good green candle here, but what I really would like to see, and I think is going to be very bullish, is going to be the following. It would be maybe something like that, then a drop to, again, trap everybody. Big green candle, and then from there, we should be seeing a big pump coming to the upside. Okay, that's what I can see right now with BTC. So what am I going to do now during this FOMC, guys? Basically, I'm going to be waiting what they're going to say, and then I'm going to decide whether I'm going to enter in few position. We are already in our VIP in some long position, guys, doing very well. So that's the way we're going to do. Now, let's talk about Ethereum, guys. Ethereum had a huge pump, very big pump, and 3,320, insane. I still remember, when we went down to 2,650, I bought around 2,800 and also 2,770 or something like that. And people call me crazy. They say, I was crazy. Why did I buy there? Guys, I'm up around 20% now, and I bought a big amount of Ethereum. So multiple 5 figures profit in basically not even a month, and that's whenever you get these opportunities, guys, it's amazing. So basically with Ethereum, there is lots of volume, lots of activity coming in this area in between 2,300 500. So again, if market makers want to be bastards, they really want to try to push the price lower, what they could be doing, they could be trying to do this, make everybody believe the bull market is back, and then they're going to drop it down, and then finally you're going to see the real movement to the upside. If I had to guess, to me, this is probably going to be the most likely scenario of a fake out or something like that, then trap everybody here, drop it down, and then it's going to go higher. But remember, guys, this one doesn't have to happen. Okay, I could be totally wrong, and I'm very happy to admit that I'm wrong. Unlike many people on Twitter who are saying right now that, guys, this one is a bear market, we're going to go to 40K, there is nothing else you can do. And they just had to keep repeating to you every single day to create more fear, just to prove, themselves how smart they are. And I'm telling you right now, as I always say, really pray the Lord that they're right. Pray the Lord, because I'm going to hunt every single them and ridicule them as well, because they're going to really look like clowns if we're going to go and push to a new all-time high. Okay, so Ethereum, that's what I'm looking at right now. So entry point to me is going to be around this area if it's going to be given, but at the same time, we could be seeing some selling activity probably coming from here, around 3,600, 800. Okay, so we could be seeing even a range, something like that, and then something like this, or a little drop, make everybody bearish, and then boom, it's gonna pump again to the upside. Now, total free, guys, talking about altcoin season, altcoins, where we are, what's happening with altcoin season. So as I repeated so many times, I don't even know how many times I repeated the same thing, but I kept saying that with altcoins, we could have filled that week that we saw on October the 10th, and this has happened. You can see we went down, but right now, guys, have we filled the week completely, right? Or there is one more little bit coming in from here? Well, coming to my theory, to what I'm saying right now, it's could be a fake out, drop down again, then make everybody scared, and then we're gonna go high. But again, if I observe the situation right now with altcoins, what's happening at the same time, does this look like, something that is going to fail? It's possible, okay? It's definitely possible that we're gonna go and if the perma bears are right, that have been calling for a bear market for the last 25 years, if they're right, and we fail to continue this momentum, then what we could be seeing could be even something like that, okay? But to me, looking at the chart from here on total free, it looks more again of a cup and handle formation. That's what I can see right now. This to me looks more like a cup and handle formation, and if you're going to continue to go higher, of course, altcoins are going to perform very well. That's what I could be seeing. Now, a chart which I think is very important, that's we are basically mimicking by the book. I'm going to go and cancel here everything again. And I told you so many times, we are literally mimicking by the book this chart from here. And I'm going to show you right now. So I need to find my my fractal. Okay, you can see from here, I make it a little bit smaller, adjust it, right? I mean, you tell me, I'm going to make it, here we go. This one doesn't look the same. I mean, guys, I've been tracking this one for the last, I would say, July 2024, and it's been doing this by perfection. So what it means that if this is right, okay, so until probably end of January, we should be seeing some weakness coming in the USDT dominance, meaning that money could be flowing in again into BTC, into crypto, and into altcoins before seeing a big pump to the upside, meaning Bitcoin and crypto is going to go down. Okay, so what you gotta be very careful with this, guys, is that fractals, okay, although it's very similar, don't be conditioned too much of this fractal to say, okay, the fractal is showing this, the one of Bitcoin, resemble 2022, and therefore that's because things can change with the blink of an eye. Now, if we have to discuss in terms of like fundamentals, we can say fundamentals bullish catalyst, which could be help BTC to form a new all-time high or a complacency rally. What they could be. So number one is going to be, you can see CZ, okay, from Binance saying that crypto could enter a super cycle by 2026, driven by politics, Fed easing, and institutional adoption. So I'm not going to spend too much time to criticize CZ, but whatever he says, basically, my interpretation of this is going to be that they're going to basically rug pull the whole market in 2026. Okay, be very careful with these guys. They write this kind of news, right, to try to drag you in, and then whenever they want, pull the plug and see you later. Okay, so to me, it's already a good catalyst for the market to price in a potential super cycle. Okay, remember the markets, right? Don't move because there is a super cycle. They move in anticipation of a potential super cycle, and therefore that's why you gotta be careful. So if he's gonna say something like that, and then people are gonna say, "Oh, but we might enter a super cycle." Once they're gonna say, "If we are in a super cycle, guys, it's time to get it to go away. It's time to close everything, go in cash, and see you later." Okay, so stake land. By the way, guys, we are also releasing on our company FTA Crypto a course on DeFi. If you're interested, please write a comment down below. Also, very important catalyst is going to be the crypto bill Republicans propose changes to the crypto bill in compromise with Democrats and blah, blah, blah. So this crypto bill could be a good catalyst. CZ super cycle could be a good catalyst. So basically, market makers are going to try to find an opportunity, right, to pump the market based on this fake narrative where we're going to go and pump. Also, CZ head analyst of Binance saying that February, March should be the start of the bull market in crypto. So whenever they say something like that, usually the opposite happens. Now, let's also talk about a little bit about altcoins, where we are, with the whole situation. So others, guys, versus Bitcoin. I think this is actually a very cool chart, which I was analyzing lately. You can see that right now there is a very important level of support. There is a wick to fill here with the others versus Bitcoin. And the question is, are we going to go and fill this wick right now, or are we just going to go and break to the upside? So to me, it's possible we could be going down to, again, fill this wick down to here, but it doesn't mean that this is going to go down, that altcoins are going to get destroyed. This means that also Bitcoin could be going up to 130,000 and altcoins are going to stay stable. So because it's the others versus Bitcoin, it's not the others market cap, which means that all the altcoins, excluding the top 10. So if Bitcoin is going to go crazy, it's going to go and basically, pump to the infinity, and altcoins are going to do shit, then this one could actually be going down. But we're getting to a level where historically we saw very important rallies. And as you can see from this pattern from here, what I would say is that my theory will be that if you're going to be able to go and pump eventually to the upside with this compression chart, then my target could probably be around 0.20 or even as high as 0.34, meaning altcoins are going to outperform BTC. And you can even see what is actually quite remarkable is the fact that if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin dominance is now breaking down from here and forming a potential inverted head and shoulder, sorry, not inverted head and shoulder, a potential head and shoulder. You can see the shoulder here, head here, and the shoulder here. And if it's going to break down from here, guys, altcoins could be going down to lower areas, maybe down to 45, 44. You can see even on the order block, so many buying orders from here, suggesting that we could be going down too. So the question is going to be right now, is Bitcoin done? Are we going to see a complacency rally where basically Bitcoin dominance is going to fall and then it's over? Or we're going to see Bitcoin with new all-time high? I'm going to tell you this theory that maybe I'm totally wrong, but from personal experience, that what I could be thinking. If we are going to see Bitcoin going to 115, 130 with a declining dominance, okay, with the dominance doing this and then altcoins outperforming Bitcoin, my theory will be this is the end of the cycle, okay? Because in general, that's what happens. You see the Bitcoin complacency rally followed by altcoins outperforming BTC. Kind of like a money rotation, we can put it this way. But if you're going to see now, okay, another pump of BTC with a dominance that continues to go higher, okay, and Bitcoin goes back to 130, whatever is going to go back, then I would be seeing probably that, we could be pumping to like a new all-time. Sorry, if you're going to go back to Bitcoin to 115,000 with the increase in dominance, that I could be thinking that there is a chance BTC could be going to new all-time high, and then, of course, altcoins are going to perform later on. So right now, still looks like a head and shoulder, but at the same time, we had to basically take these metrics. So if it's going to go back up to here, to me, it means that basically the cycle, Bitcoin can still go to new all-time high, and then we basically delay with all the, alt season and such and such. Now, a few things that I'm also paying attention a lot and I'm taking into consideration, it's three things that you have to pay attention. Number one, guys, it's the yields. The US bonds yield on the 10 years, you can see a very strong reaction, but we're getting right now into a compressive stage where suddenly and eventually this thing is going to break. Okay, around January, February, we should be seeing like a resolution of the trend. I'm still thinking more of a downside compared to the upside, and that's going to be having a huge implication because people and investors are probably going to take money away from like, you know, bonds and treasury bonds, and they're going to put them into risk assets like crypto. Remember, the narrative of a super cycle. So inflation is coming down, the Fed is easing, the new Fed chair, the crypto structure bullshit. Sorry if I call it like that, but it's true. All of this, right, could be helped to push lots of money into the space, and then, of course, causing a bigger pump to the upside. Another thing that we need to pay attention for a potential short-term correction, and we've been talking about this for a while, it's the S&P 500. Guys, S&P hasn't had a proper correction, and right now it's showing a little bit of, you can see, like, you know, we are still super high. We haven't broken a new all-time high from here, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if eventually in the next, we can say, like, you know, maybe a few weeks or months, this is going to roll over and do something like that, and then go back into this area. Into this area, potentially going down to 6,300, 400. And if this happens, of course, crypto, Bitcoin, could be going down to, as I said before, 75, 77. But then it's going to be very bullish, in my opinion, because if we're going to have the S&P going down, recharges batteries, and then Bitcoin going down to 75, the big boys are going to buy, and then they should be able to go and push it to the upside. Compared to S&P that continues to go higher, and then eventually they're going to, you know, push it down. There's going to be a huge implication. And the next one, guys, it's gold. The reason why now Bitcoin is basically being also fluctuating a little bit is that lots of money is flowing into gold. And as you can see from here, guys, is the gold movement done? Because in my opinion, if gold and when gold starts to correct, I could be expecting gold to probably go back down to this area, even 3,300, 400. And when this happens, where all this money is going to go into? Because remember, right now, money is flying away from artificial intelligence, risk assets, tech stocks, crypto, because there is this huge wall of worry. Recession, bubble. Everybody's basically anticipating right now a bear market. So everybody's anticipating the bear market. Everybody's short in the top, and it sounds very, very weird. Still very weird that everybody has, you know, nailed the top of the bull markets, and in my opinion, a surprise is around the corner and is going to come. But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope, you know, it was helpful just to see where we are and what's going on. And if you have a question, please leave a comment down below. But otherwise, I'm gonna see you in the next video. Take care, and I'll see you soon.